Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson. Read by David Rintoul. I will begin the story of my adventures with a certain morning early in the month of June, the year of grace 1751, when I took the key for the last time out of the door of my father's house. The sun began to shine upon the summit of the hills as I went down the road, and by the time I had come as far as the manse, the blackbirds were whistling in the garden lilacs, and the mist that hung around the valley in the time of the dawn was beginning to arise and die away. Mr. Campbell, the minister of Essendine, was waiting for me by the garden gate, good man.
"Well, Davy, lad," said he, "are you sorry to leave Essendine?"
"Why, sir," said I, "if I knew where I was going, or what was likely to become of me, I would tell you candidly. Essendine is a good place indeed, and I have been very happy here, but then I have never been anywhere else. My father and mother, since they are both dead, I shall be no nearer to in Essendine than in the kingdom of Hungary, and to speak truth, if I thought I had a chance to better myself where I was going, I would go with a good will."
"Aye,"
said Mr. Campbell.
"Very well, Davy.
Then it behoves me to tell you your fortune,
or so far as I may.
When your mother was gone, and your father, the worthy Christian man, began to sicken for his end, he gave me in charge a certain letter, which he said was your inheritance. 'So soon,' says he, 'as I am gone, give my boy this letter into his hand, and start him off to the house of Shaws, not far from Cramond. That is the place I came from, and it's where it befits that my boy should return.'" "The house of Shaws?" I cried. "What had my poor father to do with the house of Shaws?"
"Nay," said Mr. Campbell, "who can tell that for a surety? But the name of that family, Davy boy, is the name you bear, Balfours of Shaws, an ancient, honest, reputable house, peradventure in these latter days decayed." He gave me the letter, which was addressed in these words: "To the hands of Ebenezer Balfour, Esquire, of Shaws, in his house of Shaws, these will be delivered by my son, David Balfour." My heart was beating hard at this great prospect, now suddenly opening before a lad of 16 years of age, the son of a poor country dominie in the forest of Ettrick. "Mr. Campbell," I stammered, "and if you were in my shoes, would you go?" "Of a surety," said the minister, "that would I, and without pause. You should get to Cramond, which is near in by Edinburgh, in 2 days of walk. If the worst came to the worst, and your high relations should put you to the door, you can but walk the 2 days back again. But I would rather hope that you shall be well received, as your poor father forecast for you, and come to be a great man in time." With that he took off his hat, and prayed a little while aloud, and in affecting terms for a young man setting out into the world, then suddenly took me in his arms and embraced me very hard, then held me at arm's length, looking at me with his face all working with sorrow, and then whipped about, and, crying good-bye to me, set off backwards by the way that we had come, at a sort of jogging run. It might have been laughable to another, but I was in no mind to laugh. I watched him as long as he was in sight, and he never stopped hurrying, nor once looked back. Then it came in upon my mind that this was all his sorrow at my departure, and my conscience smote me hard and fast, because I, for my part, was overjoyed to get away out of that quiet countryside and go to a great busy house among rich and respected gentlefolk of my own name and blood. I was glad to get my bundle on my staff's end and set out over the ford and up the hill upon the further side, till, just as I came on the green drove road running wide through the heather, I took my last look of Kirk Essendine, the trees about the manse, and the big rowans in the kirkyard where my father and my mother lay. On the forenoon of the second day, coming to the top of a hill, I saw the country fall away before me down to the sea, and in the midst of this descent, on a long ridge, the city of Edinburgh smoking like a kiln. There was a flag upon the castle, and ships moving or lying anchored in the firth, both of which, for as far away as they were, I could distinguish clearly.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?